it's so easy to just you could just go get a drone and you could sit comfortably someplace. Not that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, you could sit comfortably someplace, send the drone up in the air and get like these beautiful images. But like, you still got people out here still climbing up the side of the skyscraper.
I know, it's
like,
crazy.
It's crazy. So, oh man. So,
but your question about the whole vixen photography,
you
said
you're
going to ask me about that. Yeah.
I didn't ask you about it.
No. Like, we kind of like went off on a tangent.
Yeah, I'm tangent,
And then, yeah, you were going to ask me an opinion about something.
Well, I was asking your opinion about people who, that's, I won't say people,
that style.
But that style, as far as, like, hey, I'm going to get these women, I'm going to,
Well, to me, at the end of the day, art is art from my perspective. And, you do meet a few photographers who, kind of take advantage of that. And those are the type of people that I'll have a problem with, because I've had models I've worked with in the past where now they don't do that type of stuff because of the way that the male photographers have kind of handled it unprofessionally.
Right.
And ways that it's kind of like, it's not all of them, but I know of a few who, just use it to, get the hot women.
Of course.
In the private corner. Yeah. That's the only problem I have with it. Now, the art itself, I think it's great because, those women are gorgeous, and I'm a huge fan of Skin Magazine. I've been published by them a few times, and I know some of the photographers that work for them and, get those, like, vixen models and stuff, and those people are absolutely amazing at what they do, and I've been honored to be published in their magazine quite a few times. And, just like I said before, art is art to me, whether, you have someone naked or you're shooting this scenery or taking child portraits. Like, I have appreciation for it all. If that's something that you love to do, then do it. But just don't take advantage of it,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that, I don't know, maybe I have an implied bias that I'm assuming that, these gentlemen may or may not be taking advantage of the situation. That's another reason why I don't like to photograph people. That would be like, for me personally, it would just, for one, it'd be far too much temptation. I don't know that how I personally could handle, being around stuff like that constantly and remain professional. So I just avoid it altogether. Like, that was never anything like, I did want to do like a swimsuit shoot, but it was to sell calendars. Like, I wanted to, like, package this and to sell, I thought like, hey, this would be a cool idea. And then, like, I started contacting, these people, and then I'm like, this is so sticky. Like, it's just like, people want to know, all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to sell some calendars. But so I quickly got away. That was one of the reasons why I'm like, you know what, it's just better for me to, like, focus on.
Well, yeah, and that's like the type of people that, you surround yourself with or, look for. I know when I started shooting with portraits and, like, trying to look at models, I joined a few, like, Facebook groups and stuff, and that's how I got my foot in the door. And then after that, and then those shoots started, like, getting really good feedback, then people started coming to me. It's like, hey, really like your work, let's shoot, and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, and then book them and just go from there.
Nice. All right, well, I appreciate you coming to my podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, it's a wide open door. Like, I literally sometimes even ask people just straight off the street, like, like, hey, you should just, come do this, da 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 da. So, I really, I enjoy when people have the day to come and talk. I just feel like, everybody has a story, everybody. And I like to put a person to the person. Like, it's very easy to have misconceptions about people when you look, when everything you know about them is filtered through a screen. And then, it's also what that person wants you to see. So, with this, it gives certain individuals, like, I don't know.
Isn't that extra flavor?
Right. Yeah. I don't know Shot by Jones, but, I invited him and, we're supposed to get up soon. So, now I'll have some type of, insight into, you know, his mind state while he's doing these types of things. So, I mean, to me personally, I feel like that's very interesting. And I'm sure that there's probably a ton of other people who feel that way about you, feel that way about him, feel that way about, you know, a lot of other people who come on the show. I hate that people aren't vocal about what they like and what they want and what they want to see. Like, I mean, you know, I know for a fact that there are people who see your work and want to know your opinion on certain things, but it's never like, you know, there's no forum for that, and it's never any like, you know, I mean, yeah, you could jump on Instagram or Snapchat, I mean, but it's those mediums are so diluted with bullshit. It's just like, you know, nobody's going to a Snapchat to see what a person has to say. Not really. I mean, they want to see, you know, lit ass snaps. They want to see, you know, party and dancing and getting it popping, and you know, that's what they want to see on Snap. So
yeah, my Snapchat is just mostly like behind the scenes with my photo shoots.
A real good
that are concerts.
and that's cool. My Snapchat was mostly just me promoting my website and my podcast, and then I started working this new job at iHeart, and the guy next to me, he was, you know, he's like, you know, yeah, I love Snap, da 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 da, and so we followed each other, and I was just like, you know, fair warning, you know, my snaps are kind of dead. And he was just like, oh, well, you should do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay. So I started doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, yo, my Snapchat's kind of lit as fuck. Like, I personally really enjoy my Snapchat now, like, especially like with the Bitmoji. Like, it's just like,
oh, yeah, I love that. And it's so crazy how you can really just like custom and make it look just like you. Because I'll see some people's Bitmojis like, man, that really does look just like you. It's insane.
It's so insane. So, you know, yeah, my Snapchat now is pretty much like my Bitmoji, his name is Splish, which some people call me like, you know, I don't know if they feel like it's disrespectful to call me that, but his name is Splish. So my like Snapchat pretty much is just like his life. It's like a TV show for him.
That's awesome.
And like, you know,
I'm gonna add you on Snapchat then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So it's like, it's just him going about his day, you know, which is me going about my day. But he just looks much cooler doing it because
And I love how they just have like so much diversity in the type of stuff that you can do with the Bitmoji.
Exactly. And I used to hate on Bitmoji. I used to hate Bitmoji, but there was a couple of cool reasons to use it. But now, like, with the integration in the Snap, it's like, I mean, like, you know, I'm like, damn, he lives a better life than I do. And I mean, but I'm the one doing the shit, but he just seems so much cooler to do it. Like, I mean, you know, he just pops in and out. But I mean, yeah, my Snapchat's kind of lit now. I think I enjoy it more. So I feel like it's lit. So fuck it. But yeah, I'm all out. Yeah, I'm all out, but I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I'll let you get on. You know, I was late anyway, so I know you got to